Frank Guerra. Mr. Connors.
Thank you, Judge. Request alias capias warrant. $500 bond. Judgment Nisi, subject to the call, please.
Granted, subject thereto. Thank you, sir. 500. Anthony Carvajal. Mr. Carvajal, welcome again. Okay, thank you. Mr. Carvajal, in this case, this is a criminal trespass case. Do you have a lawyer? Would you like me to appoint a lawyer to represent you?
I think I don't know if I really need one on that. You know what I'm saying?
Judge, may I be heard on this?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Mr. Carvajal, I understand that the TRLA investigators on the screen here, Mike Diaz, and I understand from Mr. Carvajal that Mr. Burnett represented Mr. Carvajal previously. So we're getting a copy of that previous judgment, and we're looking at it perhaps with a view to resolving it today.
Yes, sir.
And
Yeah, that's what I was going to.
Time, Your Honor.
Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so Mr. Carvajal, I'm just going to put you on ice until the end of the docket.
Okay,
And-
sir.
Yeah, so sorry about
Thank
that.
you, Judge.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Connors.
Judge, also, I'm having Ariel give Neil a call, see if they can work this out.
Oh, great. Thank you, Mr. Diaz. David Ray? Oh, sorry. I don't know how long Miss Yoon has been waiting. I just saw her. Miss Yoon, my apologies. I just saw that you were waiting to enter. Mr. Connors?
Your Honor, I'm sorry, would you please call the case again?
David Ray, case 21 on the docket.
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, request an alias capias warrant, $250 cash bond, please. Judgment Nisi.
Okay, granted, subject to the call. Brandy Bustamante?
Yes, sir.
Where are you? I'm sorry. Oh, there you are, Miss Bustamante. Thank you. How are you this afternoon?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing well. Do you have an attorney?
No, sir.
Will you be seeking court-appointed counsel?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please hang tight. Mark you down as TRLA. I'll be back to you in a Krista Santos?
Yes.
Oh, hey, Miss Santos. You have a lawyer?
No, sir, I don't.
Will you be seeking court-appointed counsel today?
I think, yes, I think I should do that.
I think that's a fine idea. You hang tight. I'll be back to discuss with all of y'all in a few minutes. Aaron Trevino.
Okay.
Oh, today? Mr. Connors, we called this on, he was also defendant on case number 10 on the docket. That was for a bond violation, protective order, or a protective order or bond violation. This case is an assault causes bodily injury of a family member. Do you have a recommendation?
Has Mr. Trevino appeared, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that is with regards to number 10, this is an additional 24. So, Your Honor, we'll request $500 cash bond, request alias capias, judgment Nisi, subject to the call.
Thank you, sir. Granted, subject there too. Jimmy Morin. Mr. Connors.
Checking on that, Your Honor. Your Honor, request $500 cash bond, alias Capias, judgment nisi, subject to the call.
Granted, subject thereto. Juan Perez. Don't see him. Mr. Connors.
Your Honor, request $1,000 cash bond, alias Capias warrant, judgment nisi.
Granted, subject to the call. Araceli Ivada, waiver of arraignment was granted February 1, 21. Jeffrey Brady II. Oh, there you are, Mr. Brady.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
How are you, sir?
I'm well.
Do you have a lawyer?
I do not.
Will you be seeking court-appointed counsel?
I know which of the resolutions I'd like to pursue. So what do you recommend I should do? Should I speak to somebody about this?
If you want, I can put you in the queue to speak with Mr. Connors, the prosecutor, this afternoon. Or Mr. Connors, you gotta
Will we be able to resolve this today?
potentially, yeah, I don't know. That would be up to you and the prosecutor. And if it doesn't work out, I can appoint. You know, you can go through the attorney appointment process. You know, after that.
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to speak with him.
I'm
You
gonna mark.
marked it down too, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Connors. Mr. Brady, I'm going to mark you as conferring, and we'll get y'all in order to speak with Mr. Connors in a little bit. James
you.
Wallace. Hey, Mr. Wallace. Hey, how are you, sir?
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
Doing good. I understand you're having buffering issues with your phone, so I'll try to be quick.
Yes, well, my picture, I hear you. My picture finally showed up, but I don't know how to get to it.
No, everything's fine. Tell me, do you have a lawyer?
No, I don't. That won't be necessary, sir. I'm not going to contest it.
I will mark you as conferring, and I'll let you speak to the prosecutor today. If you get knocked off for whatever reason, just call back in.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Mr.
One question, sir.
Yes.
Oh, why's your picture down at the bottom so small and mine's up top? Is your picture supposed to be up top or what?
I have no idea. I have all the photographs are just like a little boxes all on my screen. It's probably an option that you have, but I'm not.
I gotta work it, so.
Me neither. Damasio Dominguez. Oh, yeah. Hey. How are you this afternoon, sir?
Good. How about you?
Doing well, thank you. Do you have a lawyer?
No, sir.
Will you be seeking court-appointed counsel?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great, thanks. Hang tight. I'll be with y'all just shortly.
I have a question, real fast.
Okay.
What am I being charged with?
Driving while intoxicated,
Mhm.
Class B.
Thank you.
Rafael Salazar. Hey, Mr. Salazar. How are you this afternoon, sir?
Good, good.
Do you have a lawyer?
No.
Will you be seeking counsel to represent you in this matter?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm going to mark you as conferring and let you speak with Mr. Connors if you so wish a little bit later on.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You're welcome. Michael Martinez. Did we take care of him? Okay. No, I'll have the record reflect that we addressed. Okay, he was reset February 16th, case number 32. Alejandro Ramirez, we handled him this morning as well. He was appointed to be represented by Jeremy Habash of even date herewith. Taylor Gonzalez.
I'm here.
Oh, hi. Do you have an attorney?
No,
Will you be seeking court-appointed counsel?
no.
Okay. I'm going to mark you as conferring, and I'll give you an opportunity to speak with the prosecutor, and I'll talk to you in just a minute. So just hang tight.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Alberto Longoria. Hey, Mr. Longoria, how are you today, sir? I need you to come off mute.
I'm doing okay, sir.
Great, thank you. Do you have an attorney?
No, sir, I don't.
Will you be seeking court-appointed counsel?
Yes, sir, I will.
Great, thank you so much. Please hang tight, and I'll be back to you in a second. And the last add-on on the docket I have is Brian Gaitan, waiver of arraignment was granted February 1, 21. Is there anybody on the call who didn't hear their name who thinks they should have heard their name? Anybody at all? Okay, good. Now, if you had sought, if you're going to seek Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid appointment of a court-appointed attorney through Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid, Mr. Diaz, what's the easiest way for us to move forward on this process?
Yes, as soon as this Zoom call is over, I am here in Beeville at my office. If they can come by, we can knock out this paperwork immediately. And I will be in the parking lot in the back of our office, located at 331 North Washington Street here in Beeville.
And if somebody was located out of town, is there a way that they can obtain the affidavit of indigency to fill out remotely, or is that something that needs to be done for quality control purposes with you?
If they can call me, if they're from out of town, they're not able to be down here today, they can call me at 361-880-5449, and I can review that with them.
And that was 361
880-5449.
5449.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you're on this call and you asked for oh, okay. Okay. Mr. Longoria. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So on January 14th of 2021, Ariel Yoon was appointed to represent you in this matter.
Who?
Miss Yoon, she's a lawyer that's with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid.
Okay.
And, I'm not sure. Are we sure it's on this matter though? Okay. Okay. Hang tight, Mr. Longoria. It looks like you already have. The court records show that you're represented by counsel in this matter, which is fine.
I didn't.
We'll get to the bottom of it in just a minute. Let me handle a few other things real quick. So,
Yes, sir.
if your name is Johnny Garza, Alexandro Zamora, Mateo Villalopez, Lauren Anderson, Brandy Bustamante, Krista Santos, Demasio Dominguez, you need to contact Mr. Diaz today and get started on your affidavit of indigency. I'll know if you did that or if you didn't, because I'll see those affidavits come across my desk and I have the docket, so I know what you've requested. Because this is a Zoom call and it's very cumbersome to handle matters in any one given day, I'm going to go ahead and excuse each and every one of you, and I'm going to reset your case at a future date for another arraignment hearing once we get these affidavits of indigency back in and we get you a counsel if you qualify. Does anybody have any questions about that at this time? Yes, Miss Anderson. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Okay, can you hear me now? Awesome. Okay. Is there any way I can speak to Mr. Connors today? Because I think I can probably get mine done. So I think that might be easier for me. Thank you.
That's fine. I'm going to move you over to that list.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Your Honor, I have a question.
Who had the question?
Mateo.
Yes, sir, Michael.
So where do I go again, boss? Did you say 331 North Washington Street?
Is that it? 331 North Washington?
But I can't hear you over the other one because you didn't mute the video.
Yes.
It's 331A North Washington Street.
All right, 331A North Washington Street.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Yoon. Are there any other questions with respect to?
Yes.
It's okay.
Yes, sir. Could I get that number again?
Absolutely, Mr. Diaz.
The address or phone number?
Phone number.
The phone number, sir.
361-880-5449.
Thank you.
Yes.
Are there any other questions? All right, make sure you do what I'm telling you need to do, so that you don't show up again having not done it. And if you have any questions in the interim, you can feel free to contact my office directly. As for Mr. Loya, you can always contact Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid, and they can steer you in the right direction too. But at this time, the following individuals are excused. You can get off the call and go about the rest of your day, but please don't neglect to do this. This is an order.
Yes,
I'm ordering
yes, sir.
you
Thank you.
to do this. So that would be Johnny Garza, Alexandra Zamora, Mateo Villalopez, Brandy Bustamante, Krista Santos, Damasio Dominguez, and that's all. Okay. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. Y'all are, those of you, if I called your name out, you are excused. Now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 individuals that want to speak with Mr. Connors. We're gonna take y'all in the order that you appear on the docket. So Mr. DePaul, you're first. I'm going to put y'all in a breakout room.
In your honor, may I be heard briefly before
Yes,
we get sent? Ms. Bonda has brought to my attention that when we're in open court, it's been customary for the defendants to sign some type of waiver of right, that they've kind of waived initial right to counsel before speaking. I wonder if there's some way that they could at least just be addressed for the record, that they understand. I think the court's already explained about perhaps an additional admonishment that they're discussing the case with the state, and that I understand that they've wanted to do that directly with us.
Absolutely, not a problem at all. I'll do it as we go through the different matters. I'm looking for Mr. DePaul. Mr. DePaul, do you understand what Mr. Connors just asked the court to do?
Could I hear it one more time, please?
So I'm admonishing you to acknowledge and understand that you have an absolute right to be represented by counsel, that nobody's forcing you, and the court's telling you it's always in a defendant's best interest to have an attorney represent them when they're talking to another attorney, and not go pro se, which is proceeding without a lawyer. And that you understand and acknowledge that you have the right to request court-appointed counsel, and that you're waiving that right in order to speak directly to the prosecutor.
Yes, sir. I understand.
Okay, and you're waiving that right intentionally and voluntarily?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Is that good for you, Mr. Connors?
Absolutely, Judge. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you. And thank you for bringing that up. All right, let's get you guys in and on the way. Michael. Great. Thank you. Ms. Yoon, I think there was only one case that had a trawler component. And I'm not sure when you got on, if it was before or after our last discussion.
Was it with Mr. Longoria or the other one?
The other one, Alejandro. Oh no. Carvajal. Is it? Yeah. Carvajal. Yeah. Thank you. He's present. He's in the P County Zoom box, and Mr. Connors is gonna spend this time during the afternoon docket looking at the file. Apparently, Mr. Carvajal was represented by Mr. Burnett in a felony case, and so we have one case with a case number and two.
We get to dismiss on that. Let's just do it. He's on the state jail.
As y'all are not on mute. I muted you. He's going to take a look.
We're just gonna let him know we're gonna dismiss.
Okay.
Y'all are still not on mute. I'm not going to touch it this time. You did it. Okay. All right. I think I muted and then so. But anyway, Ms. Yoon, I don't know if it. I mean, it's probably in your best in Mr. Carvajal's best interest if you could hang out on the line for a little bit longer to see what's going to happen with that.
Okay.
Because
So we're seeing what the status is for the current felony case.
I think Mr. Carvajal said that he took a plea deal 2 weeks ago. Was it?
No, it was on the 28th, right? This past Thursday.
Oh, okay, just last week.
Yeah, I just took a 2-year sentence for state jail, and it's a felony charge. And I know these are misdemeanors. I don't know.
I can put y'all in a breakout room if you'd like.
Yeah, please.
We want to jump on that. Judge,
Yes,
are we
sir.
live here?
Yes, sir.
Finally, we're live and we intend to be. I had to jump over to this other computer because I'm broke out. So we've had a chance to receive the judgment. Thank you. And it was forwarded to our office. And Mr. Carvajal, as stated, pled in district court on state jail. So we're going to move to dismiss number 20 on the docket. And also we're going to reject the 2 other later cases towards the end of your docket with regards to Anthony Carvajal.
Mr. Connors, Mr. Carvajal, I'm as willing, I'd be happy to still put y'all in a breakout room if you want her to explain that to you, or if you want me to.
Yes, sir.
I can, but that's all good news.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Connors. Do you still want me to put you on a breakout room?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay. Make sure I've got the right people sitting around. At this point in time, I'm going to make a final call for Eric Fira. Is Eric Fira on the Zoom call? Eric Fira. I'm gonna call, final call for Aaron Trevino. Is Aaron Trevino on this phone, on the Zoom?
Not over here, Judge.
Thank you, sir. Carmen Gonzalez. A final call for Carmen Gonzalez. Is she present on the Zoom call today? Carmen Gonzalez.
Not over here.
Okay. Maria Manzano.
Say that again.
Maria Manzano. Manzano.
Not over here.
Maria Manzano, are you on the phone? Okay. Ruben Alvarado. Ruben Alvarado, this is your final call.
Not over here.
Not over there. All right, Ruben Alvarado. Guetta. Mr. Guetta, this is your last call.
Not over here.
No Frank Guetta. David Ray. R-E-A, David Ray. You around?
Not
over there. David Ray, last call. Okay. Jimmy Morin. Morin. Mr. Morin. Jimmy Morin.
Not over here.
Juan Perez. Are you on the Zoom call, Mr. Perez? Now's the time to speak up. Juan Perez.
Not over here.
Okay. Final calls were made and none of the individuals with this request were present. All of
The Galaxy he's on. I didn't hear what you said. You'll have to repeat what you said. Galaxy A01 is on.
I see that, sir. In the ball cap. Wait, what's your name? You just.
Longoria, sir.
Yeah, you're Mr. Longoria. That's right.
Your Honor,
Oh, okay, Miss. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Somebody asked.
Your Honor, all the names were called and no one answered.
Okay, thank you, Deputy Gonzalez. Okay, so Mr. Longoria, is that right, Longoria? Yes. We checked and Miss Yoon does represent you. You're represented by counsel on this case. She's
Okay.
here. She's talking to another individual. When she gets out, I can put you in a breakout room so you and she can speak freely about this matter.
Yes, sir.
Great, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
My wife gets back at 4 o'clock. My daughter will be outside. No, but you can be here till then. It's like 2:30. I just gotta go over and drop off the money and I'll be right back. Okay. I'll do that in like 30 minutes. You can cook whatever you want.
Oh, but he doesn't magistrate. Hey, Miss Yoon.
Hi. I have a question. Well, actually, I think he's still in the breakout room.
Yes, ma'am.
So he paid cash bond on one of these cases for a misdemeanor, and so he was requesting that he could get that back.
Yes, ma'am. There's a simple form process. Anna had just mentioned it to me when you were both in the breakout room. So we were going to let you know there's a $750 cash bond that should be available. I don't know if there's any other outstanding issues that might impact that. Anna, what's the process? So as soon as Anna, my clerk, gets the dismissal, she can enter the information and send it over to the auditor's office, and those funds should become available after about a week. It's normally about a 7 to 10 day turnaround time frame, 5 to 7 days. And Mr. Carvajal, I'm sure we have contact information for you, but just out of an abundance of caution, and I'll have Anna contact Miss Yoon. Can you just do that? Just contact Miss Yoon when the funds are available. Okay. Is that okay, Ariel? Or do you want to just contact Mr.
I think, does that work for you, Mr. Carbajal?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So they just need oh, okay, yeah. The address and the contact number on the paperwork is where it's gonna get noted, right?
What we're going to do is we'll reach out to Miss Yoon when the funds are available.
Okay.
And or if you prefer, we can reach out. I don't care. I'm trying to make this easy for y'all, and I know that I don't know what your flexibility is to.
I know he, it seems to me he's already started his sentence for the felony, and I don't know if that was obvious, but so I don't mind being the person to contact and figure it out. I can make sure you guys have the right information for him.
Yeah, please.
Thank you, sir. Okay, you got that? Okay, well, if there's nothing further, Mr. Carbajal, you are excused from the rest of today's hearing. Your 3 matters have been resolved to your favor.
Thank you, sir.
Best of luck to you.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Ariel.
Thank you.
Ms. Yoon, I also have, I know he's looking at me right now, so I can't remember my name. Mr. Longoria, who you represent. Can I put y'all in a breakout room? Is there anything you want me to tell you about his particular case?
Yes, that would be great. I don't know how long ago we got assigned to him. January
14th.
Okay, yes.
So this is a driving while intoxicated with a BAC over 0.15. It's a Class A.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm just going to put him back into room 3 with you.
Are we waiting to be put in breakout rooms?
I'm sorry, who's talking?
Me, Taylor.
Hi,
Judge,
Taylor.
I'm back.
Hey, Mr. Connors.
Judge, I have an announcement on Mr. DePaul.
Yes, sir.
Which is Michael DePaul, and that is number
8.
Number 8 on your docket.
Yes, sir.
We'd request a 2-week reset for disposition of this matter.
So February 16th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll put it back on the docket, February 16th. We'll set it for arraignment, and on this, in this particular instance, I'll just reset for another arraignment. Mr. DePaul, no, that's fine. Mr. DePaul, you understand that you still have an obligation to come back, appear before this court again on February 16th, 2021 at 1:30 in the afternoon. You need to come off mute.
Didn't even know I was muted. 1:30 p.m. on the 16th of February. Right?
Yes,
All right.
Okay, so that's you got to show up, and hopefully everything will be resolved by then. I would also caution both you and Mr. Connors that we've seen this as we move into this virtual environment, that getting any type of plea paperwork or other stuff all put together requires a lot of work on the front end before the court day. By the time the court day shows up, we don't have the convenience of everybody being physically located in the same space. So we can't work out plea deals. All of that stuff has to be done in advance in order to keep the ball moving. So I wish you the best of luck, and thank you for being here this afternoon, and I'll see you on the 16th if at all necessary.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Oscar Dixon Martinez, it is your turn. I'm going to put you into a breakout room with Mr. Connors, okay?
Thanks, Judge.
Mr. Connors, I'm just going to put him back
Yes, Your Honor.
into room number 1.
Got it.
Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Now, Miss Gonzalez, you asked me a question, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all are, everybody that's waiting to try to have their case resolved today is waiting to speak to the prosecutor. We have one prosecutor,
Okay.
so it'll go one at a time.
Okay.
Sorry.
Judge, could I get another toss to the breakout room, please?
Oh,
With Mr. Dixon?
he's already in there. I think you can just redo it. I don't really know how though. Can you sneak back in?
Let's see. It doesn't look like I'm able to. Let's see. Oh, let me hit a breakout. I've done it. Thank you.
Your Honor, could I take a bathroom break?
Jake used to work at Seafood a little while.
Okay, great. Mr. Connors, you're back.
Yes, Judge. Sorry, it's taken a little while long, but we have a resolution that is really much in line with the most recent one we just announced in the previous case. And we're asking for a reset of 2 weeks for disposition of this case. And that will be that, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll grant that reset in this particular case for that particular purpose. Case will be reset for arraignment February 16th, 2021. Mr. Dixon Martinez, you still here? There you are. I see that you're on mute. You're going to need to show up again on the 16th of February at 1:30 in the afternoon. It'll be via Zoom again. But you'll need to show up. If y'all require an additional hearing, you'll need to show up. If you don't require an additional hearing, Mr. Connors will make sure he lets you know that all the paperwork has been taken care of. Okay, do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. No, sir, I have no questions.
Great. Best of
Thank
luck.
you. Thank you, Judge, for explaining it that way. That's exactly what we had in mind.
Okay, oh, wonderful. Thank you, sir. Now, next one on the list is Miss Anderson, Lauren Anderson. Are you there? You are. I see. Are you there with us though? There you are. Okay, you're on mute. I'm gonna unmute you.
Hey, Monica, could you give this one to Amanda, please? Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Can you hear me good?
I can hear you super good, really loud. Hey, so I want to make sure before I put you into a private room with Neil Connors that you understand that you have a constitutional right to be represented by an attorney in all communications with the state.
Okay.
Do you understand that that's a right that you absolutely have? I didn't hear anything, Ms. Anderson. I think you froze.
Yes, Judge, I do.
Okay, great. And you understand, you're asking,
Yes.
you're waiving that absolute right. So
Can you hear me? Oh, I said yes, Judge, I do understand.
okay. And you're knowingly waiving.
Can you hear me still? Let me know when you can hear me okay. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
So I've put you in a.
Yes, Judge, yes.
Okay, hey, please go ahead and go to the breakout room. Mr. Connors, go back to room number 1.
Sorry, it's going.
Okay, Judge, I'm on my way.
Thank you, sir. Hmm.
Need to speak with somebody real quick. Sorry.
Judge, has Mr. Longoria been reset and taken out of the breakout room yet?
So thank you, Ms. Yoon, for bringing that to my attention. I hope you got everything that I just spent the last minute and a half saying. I know.
I noticed you were muting, but I thought you were talking to someone else.
No, ma'am. My fault. I wasn't looking. He's not in the breakout room, and he's not here, but you just got notice that you represent him. It's the arraignment. He was an add-on. If we put him on the March 16th docket for arraignment, just we'll reset him to arraignment docket. Does that work with your schedule?
Yes.
Okay. You got that, Mike? Yes, sir. Okay, so the court is resetting case number 26857, number 35 on the afternoon docket. Mr. State versus Alberto Longoria. We're resetting his arraignment hearing to March 16th, 2021 at 1:30. And Ms. Yoon, I was just sending you a text message. I don't believe there's anything further. Any other case, any other attorney, any other defendants who might need or that have any connection to trial at this time, they might want to seek court-appointed counsel after they speak with the prosecutor. But I appreciate you being on, coming and getting on, especially with Mr. Longoria and with Mr. What was the other one? Mr. Carbajal. I'm really glad you're here, so thank you. And but I don't think there's any. You're welcome to stay. Love having you present, but you're absolutely excused if you want to get back.
Okay, and I see how also with, because obviously Zoom court is an adjustment, but I see how it'll be helpful. Also, I think for clients to have a face the name, I might change my name on here to /Trala. So for next court, I'll come to the arraignment and put -Trala, and so then everyone will know. So thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your time today.
Bye.
Goodbye. Hey, Mr. Connors.
Hi, Judge. We're back again. Thank you. Can you hear me, Judge?
Yes. Oh, yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, sir. I turned my speaker down because we found it a little easier with Ms. Anderson to make a phone call. So we're going to have the same announcement as the two prior cases. We're going to ask for a 2-week reset, subject to disposition the case. And
okay, so that'll be granted. Ms. Anderson, are you back here?
Not sure she. I tried to explain to her.
She's probably still in the room. I'll move her back. Oh wait, shoot! How do I do that? Well, shoot.
You know what, Judge?
Go
I
back
think
in there.
we can call her back.
Yeah, would you? Yeah, just go back in there and tell her she can get off the.
We'll do that. We'll do that. I'll figure that out. I'll do that right now.
Okay, thanks. And for everybody else, once we get Miss Anderson situated and out of the room, Mr. Gaines, Jacob Gaines, you're next up to meet with Mr. Connors. So in just a few moments, you should be getting a little notice on your cell phone that you're being invited to a breakout room, and just go to it. And that's where Mr. Connors and you can discuss your case outside of my presence. Okay, hey, Miss Anderson, we got you back. I'm gonna unmute you, but you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you good.
So your case is being reset for a second arraignment on February 16, 2021 at 1:30. So it's just
Okay, right now. Okay.
with
The
the
16th?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, 16th. Okay.
With the idea that you and the prosecutor's office are going to resolve this matter before that day,
Yes.
which
Good day.
would negate any need for you to be present on the 16th. But if that doesn't happen, if all the paperwork isn't in, you will need to appear. Do you
I'm
understand?
going to take care of it today. We discussed a price and we're getting it done. So he was great.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that, Miss Anderson. And you're excused to go take care of that or anything else you need.
Okay. Thank you so much. You have a great day. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Connors, I've got Jacob Gaines that I'm going to be putting into room number 1 with you now.
That's great, Judge. On my way. Thank you.
It is a little chilly in here. Yeah, it's pretty It's the high roof. Hey, how are you, Mr. Diaz? Hey, Mr. Connors.
Making it through, Judge. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm trying not to be wordy, but same announcement.
Okay.
With regards to Mr. Gaines. And we'd be happy to get this case resolved and off the docket within that time period. And I think should be coming back too. Should I tell him to get back here, Judge?
Thank you, Mr. Diaz. Yeah, if you don't mind, I don't know how to get him out of that. Oh, I can get him out. I got him out. Mr. Gaines, I understand that you and the prosecutor have a proposed plan of action and you're requesting to reset this matter to February 16th, 2021 at 1:30 p.m.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'll grant that request happily and with the understanding that the goal for both you and for the prosecutor is that this case will be resolved before the 16th. If for any reason it is not, you need to be present. But thank you for your patience and thank you for being here this afternoon. Can you come off mute and tell me that you understand what I've just told you?
Yes, sir, I do.
Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Gaines. You're excused.
Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
Judge.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Connors. Okay. All right, Mr. Connors, next up is Jeffrey Brady, who I think is still with us. There he is.
Hello.
Hey, Mr. Brady, I'm putting you over in room number 1 with Mr. Connors, okay?
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
Before I do that, I just want to make sure that I have your affirmative response that you acknowledge that you have a constitutional right to be represented by counsel, that nobody can force you to speak to the state without legal representation present, and that you understand that, do you?
I understand.
And that you're knowingly and voluntarily waiving that right in order to speak with Mr. Connors this afternoon.
Yes, I acknowledge in the affirmative.
Thank you so much. Go ahead and move on over to room number 1, if you don't mind. And Mr. Connors, he ought to be there shortly. I think he's on his way already. There it is. Okay, and everybody else, we're getting down to it. I show Mr. Wallace, followed by Mr. Salazar, followed by Ms. Gonzalez, and that's it. We're almost done. All right, Mr. Connors, that was quick.
Yes, Judge. Well, good. We're getting more efficient. Same announcement, Judge, without giving you, if you require more details, but we'll be able to resolve this with a reset and Mr. Brady's assistance.
Okay, great. Mr. Brady, do you understand that the request that I have before me is to reset this matter for a second arraignment hearing on February 16, 2021 at 1:30 p.m. with the understanding that you and the prosecutor are going to be working towards resolving the case. The setting is in place in the event that the matter is not resolved completely prior to that date. So if it's not totally resolved, you do need to show up February 16th at 1:30 on another Zoom call. But hopefully not. Hopefully you'll get it all worked out. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
Great. Thank you for your patience and being here this afternoon. Yes, Ms. Garcia?
Mr. Brady, you're coming
Hello.
in for a UA to
Yes,
our
ma'am.
department. Make sure you bring a $15 money order. Do you need our address?
If I come to the jail, would they be able to direct me there? Because I'm not
We're
far from the
right
jail.
behind the sheriff's department.
Yes,
There's
ma'am.
2 manufactured homes. We're the second one, 605-B.
Yes, ma'am.
It'll say you'll see our adult probation vehicles, but it's the second one, the one exactly behind the new sheriff's department, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
$15 money order and head on over here. Make sure you're ready to go.
Yes, ma'am. Will do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Best
Thank you, Your Honor.
Brady, thank you, Ms. Garcia. And Mr. Brady, you're excused from the rest of this afternoon. So thank you and best of luck to you.
Thank you for your patience. Take care.
Yes, sir. Mr. Wallace, it is now your turn. Thank you for your patience. Before I put you over there, I want to make sure you understand that you have a constitutional right to be represented by counsel, and nobody can force you to communicate directly with the state without having an attorney present. Do you understand that that's a constitutional right that you have? You got to get off of mute, sorry.
Yes, I understand.
And are you knowingly and voluntarily waiving that constitutional right so that you can speak with Mr. Connors this afternoon?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for that. And I'm going to put you in room number 1 right now.
Thanks,
And Mr.
Judge.
Connors, he's on his way. Thank you, sir.
Great, thank you.
And I'm almost sure she wasn't talking about women.
Hey, Mr. Connors.
Hi, Judge.
How are you, sir?
Trying to get this in before sundown.
Oh, you're doing great. I appreciate it. I know it's a lot of work.
No
What you got
problem.
for us? Do we have anything on this case?
We do have Mr. Wallace, which we would schedule for plea and disposition. And he's actually free on the 16th. He won't have to take off of work that day. And I know Amanda's checking on a couple things. I hope Mr.
I just brought him in.
Oh, great. And
Well, I thought I did. There he is.
And Judge, I was just telling Mr. Wallace was telling me that he has transportation issues, which is that he doesn't have transportation. He lives in Victoria. And we have recommended, a plea agreement for disposition that we could accomplish on the 16th with use of a little email. And the questions that we would have for the court would be how, you would want to take that plea.
Will the plea include any probation terms or anything that needs adult probation's input on it?
No, Your Honor.
If we can have all the plea paperwork prepared and ready for when docket call happens, we can take it up right after the docket call. But that'll require, depending on the plea paperwork, one or more of those documents may need to be signed under oath, and I'm not sure how Mr. Wallace would want to go about doing that, being that Mr. Wallace, being that you're over in Victoria County. You can have somebody else notarize it at a local bank or a notary public. But without looking at the paperwork, I'm not 100% sure exactly what the paperwork's going to be. But to the extent that we can accommodate y'all, we will, to get the plea done. But I think all the paperwork would need to be in prior to that hearing. That would make it most convenient, signed up and ready to go.
Judge, I'm a notary. You could come by my place and I could even scan it in the PDF scanner and send it to y'all.
Okay. I don't know how convenient. I don't know if Mr. Wallace can. How would he look you up, Mr. Raven?
My phone number.
What's your phone number?
578-3135.
Did you get that, Mr. Wallace? Oh, sorry, you're on mute. It's 538-3135.
No, 578.
Sorry, 578-3135.
And what was the name again, sir?
Michael Raven, R-A-V-E-N.
Okay.
And he should be offering to assist you with notarization.
And that's there in Beeville, sir?
No, I'm in Victoria.
Oh, in Victoria?
Mm-hmm. That's great.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Raven is our court reporter.
Mm-hmm. So will the papers be here before then, or?
So, Judge, we're going to prepare those papers and we're going to get them. We just got Mr. Wallace's email address, jameswallace72@gmail.com.
731.
731. That's why I said it. Okay, 731. jameswallace731@gmail.com. And we'll get those to Mr. Wallace, Your Honor, and see how that goes.
Sounds great. Thank you both. Mr. Wallace, you understand that I'm resetting this hearing for February 6th. Am I saying this right? February 16th at 1:30 p.m.
Yes.
And hopefully you guys will have all your paperwork prepared beforehand. Thank you for your patience this afternoon, Mr. Wallace. And
what, can I ask you one quick question?
Yes, sir.
Now, would I be receiving the paperwork through mail, or would it come through email? Or
it's going to come from the county attorney's office through email.
Through email. Now, how would I get? Now, that's something I don't know how to do. How would I get would I have to print it off of the email, or?
Can you do that, Mr. Wallace?
That's what I'm saying. I don't have a computer. Everything
Okay.
I'm on my phone. So
How about we put it? We print the papers for you. We indicate where you will need to sign in front of Mr. Raven, and we'll put a stamp on it, and we'll send it to your address which you gave to me a few minutes ago.
Oh, okay, that'll work.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds fine. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, excellent. Best of luck to you, Mr. Wallace, and you are excused to enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Oh, you two have a good day. Both
Thank
you gentlemen have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Mr. Wallace.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye. Nope.
Plea on the 16th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Salazar,
Yes.
I am putting you into room number 1 with Mr. Connors. It's your turn to talk to the county attorney. Before you go over there,
Address and everything for Mr. Wallace. We're gonna have to mail. What's that? Thank you.
hey, Neil, I'm bringing him back real quick just to admonish him.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Mr. Gonzalez, I'm sorry, Mr. Salazar. I pulled you back into the main session. Can I get you to unmute?
There you go.
Oh, thank you, sir. I want to make sure that you understand that you do have a constitutional right to be represented by an attorney at any point in time when you're being engaging in communications with the state. Do you understand that's a constitutional right that you have?
Yes.
And for purposes of today's hearing and potentially resolving this matter, you are voluntarily and knowingly waiving that constitutional right so that you can communicate directly with Mr. Connors, our B County Assistant Attorney.
Correct.
Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Salazar. I'm going to put you in to the breakout room now.
All right.
Oh, wait. I think you should be able to, Mr. Salazar. If you click on breakout room on your screen, I think you'll be able to move back into room number 1. Great. One left after this. Need twice the number of dates.
Oh, Neil is,
He's really working it today, which is good. We just need every hearing now needs two dates. We need the initial hearing so we can talk about what's going to happen, and then the second hearing when we can actually do what we talked about, what's going to happen. Right? Hey,
Judge.
Mr. Connors.
Judge, glad to be back. Thanks for your patience. And Your Honor, we're going to move to dismiss this case against Mr. Salazar in light of information that we have available to us. Without saying anything further, Your Honor, I think that is in the interest of justice, we move to dismiss this case.
Okay, great. Once we get the paperwork, that'll be signed. Mr. Salazar, hopefully you've heard what Mr. Connors just said. If you didn't, the intent of the prosecutor is to file a motion to dismiss, which will be signed upon presentment to the court. Do you have any other questions or anything at this time?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay, well, listen, you are excused. I know it's late in the afternoon, but so I appreciate your patience, and I thank you for your time, and you have a wonderful afternoon, okay?
Thank you. I thank y'all. I appreciate it. Thank
Yes.
you, sir. And Mr. What's his name again? The one who I just talked to? Mr. Connor. Thank you all.
Yeah, you
Thank
take
you.
care. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, Mr. Connors, we have our last one, Taylor Gonzalez.
Last should be first.
Yeah, Ms. Gonzalez. Okay, great. Ms. Gonzalez, I want to make sure that you understand that you have a constitutional right to be represented by counsel when the state is speaking to you about a case that they've brought against you. Do you understand that you have that constitutional right to have counsel?
Yes, sir.
And are you voluntarily and knowingly waiving that constitutional right so that you can speak to Mr. Connors directly this afternoon?
What do you mean?
Are you knowingly waiving and voluntarily waiving that constitutional right to have a lawyer present when the state and you communicate?
No.
You're not waiving that right?
Yes, yes, I am. I'm sorry. Yes.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I know it's been a long afternoon. All I'm asking for confirmation is that you know you have the right to have an attorney present, but you want to speak with Mr. Connors, the county attorney, this afternoon, and so you're waiving your right to have an attorney present so that you can speak to Mr. Connors directly.
Yes.
Okay, great. So much. I'm going to put you in a breakout room number 1 right now.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Connors. Ms. Garcia, Mrs. Banda, Mr. Raven, thank you all for your patience this afternoon. Sure are. Hey, Mr. Connors.
Hey, Judge, I think we have reached an agreement and we request that 2/16 date be afforded Ms. Gonzalez, but we expect a speedier disposition, actually.
Okay, that sounds great. Ms. Gonzalez, I see that you're here. As I understand it, you and the state are requesting that I reset this arraignment date for 2 weeks to occur on February 16th at 1:30 in the afternoon, with the understanding that it is the intent and the goal of both you and the state that this case will be fully and finally resolved before that date. And if it is, then there's absolutely no obligation that you appear. If the matter is not fully and finally resolved, then you will need to appear February 16th at 1:30 via Zoom. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Great. Hey, you're the last one. Thank you for your patience. This has been something of a marathon session. But thank you, and you are excused, and I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, as short as it may be.
You too. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Neil, thank you.
Pleasure, Judge. Thank you.
Great work this afternoon. It was you did what, 9? Is this 9 or 10? Pro se, so yeah.
It's a private client experience paying off.
Yeah. So you earned a glass of wine. If you're so inclined. There's a nice wine bar that's going to be opening up. You might be able to get a
nice
glass for free from the proprietor.
I'll inquire.
But is there anything further that needs to come before the court?
I'll defer to Miss Banda, but not from myself, Judge.
Okay, thank y'all so much. Ms. Banda, I did sign some motions to dismiss that came over. I presume that we'll probably have a few more coming over in the next day or so.
Yes, sir.
I'll be around, so I know I'm here tomorrow morning on some probates.
Okay.
If anything does need to be signed, Neil, I'm always available. If we do need to come up with some sort of special setting, we can bundle a few cases and get them all done. I want to accommodate both you and our defense attorneys as much as I can to try to not lose steam, despite the fact that we're stuck in this virtual world. So I appreciate everything you did today, and let us know if there's anything else we can do to improve the process.
Thank you so much, Judge, and Mike, Marina, thank you so much.
Yeah, Ms. Garcia, thank you for sitting in. Mr.
Yes.
Raven, I guess we're done. We are in recess. Everybody is excused. Thank you, and have a
Night, Judge.
rest of your
Thank
day.
you.
Thanks, sir.
You guys.